Resident Evil 2 was the first of the original three I played, and personally I think it's the most creative and unique of the three. So let's not waste any time, welcome to part 2 of my coverage of every Resident Evil game. And now let me ask, what even was Resident Evil 2? The first most obvious change from the first game is the 2 discs. Just like the first game, you pick between 2 characters, Claire Redfield and Leon Sexy Kennedy. But it's so much more than picking your difficulty now. Picking your character now has an impact on how the story plays out, and you're encouraged to play both with the A and B scenarios. The 2 characters have the same unique items as Chris and Jill, Claire having the lockpick and Leon having the lighter. Why does Leon have a lighter? He doesn't smoke like Chris, and I don't even want to know why Claire has the lockpick. Jill has the excuse of being the master of unlocking. I just assume she gets locked out of her car a lot. She drives a motorcycle. Moving on. My advice is if you've played the first game, play as Claire first. And if you haven't, play as Leon first. For this video I played Claire first because it's widely thought of as the canon way, but there is no wrong way to play this game, so don't stress yourself out too much. Starting with Claire, the story picks up 2 months after the first game, with Claire looking for her brother, Chris motherfucking Redfield. But upon arriving, Claire realizes the people of Raccoon City aren't the healthiest, so she runs for the emergency exit, where she meets Leon, suck my dick Kennedy. Then together they leave for the police station to find answers. But on the way, they are separated by having to ditch the car before the truck driver who was bitten, this guy's a maniac, why'd he bite me, crashes into the car. And straight away you can see how amazing this game looks. This game makes the first look flat in comparison. They cram so much detail into every frame. Just look at this is the first shot of the game, and there's so much detail to it. The truck from before behind you on fire, the road covered in glass from the car windows that must have shattered in the explosion, and the zombies coming out from behind the fire, forcing you to figure out the controls and quick. Every single other frame is just as detailed. Older games like this are always mind-blowing to look at and learn about. With the first couple of Resident Evils, they made the 3D environments, and then took dozens of pictures of each area, then layered several images on top of each other to simulate 3D. Obviously you can tell now the backgrounds are lower resolution than the models, especially when you play in HD, but playing at a lower resolution or with a CRT filter makes it look amazing. This game has a lot of set pieces now, especially when it comes to the new monster type, the Licker, who completely replaced the Hunters. These guys are everywhere, especially in Claire's campaign, and are the main jump scare, always crashing through glass, and they made me jump more than once, even after playing this game multiple times. They might be the Resident Evil monster that has scared me the most. Something about their slow breath just off camera, and the fact they like to hang out in hallways. The design is like someone turned inside out. All of the character models are massively improved too. The PC version comes with a model viewer to get a good look at each, and they're all so detailed. For an example, here's Chris in Resident Evil 1, right next to the Resident Evil 2 version. The acting as well is so genuinely good. It still has the goofy moments, but it's a huge leap from the first game. As much as I love Stephanie Panicello, Alison Court will always be the voice I hear when I think of Claire. The same with Sally Carhill, who will always be my Ada. Then the late poor her dad, who sadly passed away a few years ago at the way too young age of 56. Each and every time I play this game, I love and respect his portrayal a little bit more. I'm not very good at this sort of thing, and I'm a few years late, but I wasn't really doing this YouTube thing back then, so I still wanted to pay my respects and show my appreciation to his work. He brought to life a character that came to me when I needed him most. Leon helped me through a pretty weird and stressful time in my life, and that would never have happened if it wasn't for Paul her dad. So what I'm trying to say is thank you. You'll always be remembered in my heart as Leon S. Kennedy. If you've played the first game, you know what to expect. You explore a large puzzle box, this time being the Raccoon City Police Department, which is my all-time favorite Resident Evil location by the way. You slowly open it up room by room, collecting key items and solving puzzles, which some you can do in creative ways. And avoiding zombies, except now zombies come in much bigger hordes, so you really have to think about which rooms you want to clear, and which rooms you can avoid them easier. If you're playing the B scenario, zombies can even appear in safe rooms, so be careful. But in my opinion, the game is a bit easier than the first. Ink ribbons are a dime a dozen. You're able to see your health visually by your character's walk. And both characters feel way more powerful and both have their own weapon sets. Claire has a bow gun, which shoots multiple enemies at once, and a grenade launcher, which has multiple animal types, which you don't have to run out of the swap, thank God. And Leon gets the basic shotgun and magnum combo. Both get a handgun each. From that, it sounds like Claire is OP. which she is, but Leon can upgrade his weapons to make them extra good. He can add a stock to his gun that adds burst fire, a stock to his shotgun that turns it into a sniper, and god, it's sexy. And a new barrel onto his magnum to... Okay, I don't actually know what this does, but it's probably good. Leon is my preferred character to play because of his weapons, and because he's literally me.
Man, why doesn't anyone ever listen to me?
A little ways into the game, you'll find a locker with a machine gun in it, and a side pack which gives you extra inventory. The cool thing about this is, what you take with one character, the other can't take. You really gotta think which one you're gonna take now, and which one you wanna save for the other character. Or just take both, who cares? Both campaigns go basically in the same direction, but the reasons they are different are mainly from the supporting characters you meet. For Claire, it's Sherry Birkin, little girl and daughter to the main villain of the game, William Birkin, and you think Ashley in RA4 is bad? You clearly haven't played this. You have to escort Sherry multiple times in the game, but if you walk even slightly in front of her, she'll crouch down in fear, and you have to go back right next to her to get her back walking. There's multiple moments where she falls over, and it makes me die laughing. Then for Leon, it's the mysterious Ada Wong, who is actually helpful. She could do no wrong even though her name is Ada Wong. I wrote that down, fucking hell. She can do no wrong even though her name is Ada Wong, fucking hell. I wrote that. I hate myself, I might... Okay. Seriously though, I think Ada is great in this game. And don't tell no one I told you this, okay? But low-key, I don't blame Leon for simping as hard as he did, because I would too. Whatever you say, queen. The boss fights in this game are pretty great too. Most of them against William Birkin, aka the G. The Big G. Which has amazing music to go with it. As Birkin mutates and loses more and more of his humanity, the music adds more layers and gets louder and more monstrous. Depending on which order you play the campaigns, you'll fight different forms of the G. The first form of G, for example, is only fightable in the second scenario. So is the final. So the second scenario is really important if you want the full story. Most of the real ending is behind the second scenario, so please play it. It's important. It's more than just a new game plus, and you'll be rewarded with the greatest ending of all time.
Hey, it's up to us to take out Umbrella.
Something I realized I forgot to mention while writing is the Tyrant, also known as Mr. X.
Gon' give it to you.
I completely forgot about him because he's such a non-threat in this game. He has a few cool moments, like smashing through the wall, then you escape around the hallway just for him to smash through another wall, and his boss. But other than that, he's mostly just someone you walk past. Except for this one cutscene where Leon looks like he's about to get beat by his dad. After you finish the game with certain ranks, you unlock a few bonus modes. The first being the Fourth Survivor, which from my knowledge is the first appearance of Hunk. This mode is pretty fun. You basically just have to go from A to B with limited resources, while avoiding waves of every enemy in the game. Then the Extreme Battle Mode, which is the same idea, except you can pick your character from Leon, Claire, Ada, and since Sherry isn't really appropriate for a character in this mode, we have Chris Redfield standing in for her. This mode is very fun. You basically go through the game backwards, being awarded for exploration. You also have access to saving and the item box. This is here for if you want your RE2 fix, but don't want to play the whole game. And exclusive to the PC version are two bonus galleries, one on each disc. Claire has a model viewer as shown before, and Leon has a concept art gallery, which I loved looking through. In conclusion, Resident Evil 2 is by far my favorite in the original trilogy. When I want to play a classic fixed camera Resident Evil game, this is usually the one I'm gonna play. But what about you? What's your favorite RE2 moment? What's your favorite game in the original trilogy? And thank you for watching part 2 of my coverage of the Resident Evil games. Next up is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, which is a game I've only played a few times, so I'm excited to go back to Raccoon City with Jill Val, the Stars Gal. But as always, my name is Volsky, like, subscribe, whatnot, and I'll see you all in a minute.